the thing that I think about, there's 5 things that I think about in transition offense. First is securing the rebound. All right, obviously everybody here knows that defense is the most important thing in order to being a very good transition offensive team. So obviously we want to play defense. We want to secure the rebound. We want 5 guys rebounding the basketball. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is I want to see sprinters. All right, the second thing is I want to see sprinters. All right, so we'll talk about a lot of times with our guys, your first 2 steps. Go ahead and get back here. A lot of times what we'll talk about is your first 2 steps out of that, all right, with our sprinters. All right, the other thing that I'll talk about is spacing. All right, so rebounding, defensive board, all right, our sprinters, then our spacing. The next thing that I'll talk about is our flow in transition. All right, our flow into transition or out of transition. And then lastly is just our balance with our transition offense. That's really important to me. Those five things that I just listed to you. Those things are very important. So in this drill, we call it speed. All right, and I stole it. I'm a thief. So I go off the glass. As soon as it goes off the glass, you're sprinting. First 2 steps. All right, you're getting an outlet, but I want you to try to get up the floor. So as you're going, you should be ahead. All right, so I make this outlet pass. You're calling outlet. And then for the sake of this drill, I'll allow you to dribble. With our guys, I don't allow them to dribble. I want them making really good passes. You can take the dribble or you can pass it. You're passing here for a layup. You pass it there. You follow right behind. You rebound. Lay it up. He rebounds. What we tell our guys, as a rebounder, do not let the ball touch the floor. So you really got to haul. All right, so now as he gets that rebound, you go to that line. All right, because you just ran, you're left line now. Now you're outlet, and now you're running first 2 steps. Pass it, follow it, lay it up, outlet, 23, outlet, sprint. Take your dribble if you have to. Lay it up, 10, run, sprint, outlet. All right. That's how the drill looks. All right, let's go ahead and start it right back. You 2 stay down here. All right, quickly, we're going to give it about a minute. All right, just some teaching points in this thing. I don't want to see traveling. We're really detailed about that. I want to start in the corner. If he hasn't made it close to the basket where you can give him a pass and all he has to do is lay it up, you have to take the dribbles necessary in order for him just to lay it up. But then you got to sprint behind. All right, I want when you're out wide for spacing on an outlet and you're really sprinting up the floor. All right, we're going for about a minute. All right, here we go. Go. Sprint. First 2 steps. Sprint. First two. Sprint. Good. Catch. Good. Sprint. Good. Pass it ahead. All he has to do is lay it up.